My videos have a watermark now. Look at it. It says arson. It's my favorite thing. If you give me $1,000, I'll burn your house down so you can collect the insurance money. Call 1-800-HELLFIRE today. I'll burn your house down. Anyway, so today I wanted to do a reaction to the Demon Slayer Season 2. However, unfortunately, after watching the first episode of Season 2, I immediately went over to Danny Mata's channel, and he just came up with all the same jokes and told them funnier! So I was like, well, shit. If I release my video now, it's gonna look like I copied his video. Plus, his video is way better. Meh. So instead, I'm going to do a review and just use the clips from his video as the clip slideshow for my own review so that I don't have to go through and fuck with copyright and find clips that don't get copyright strike because I am lazy and creatively bankrupt. Let's go! In this review, I am going to be spoiling details from Mugen Train and Season 2, Episode 1. So if you haven't seen those yet, get the fuck out! Come back here when you've watched them. Or just watch the review if you don't actually care and you're just here to see me my review. In which case, thank you. And secondly, what is wrong with you? Anyway, let's get started. So, Rengoku started off as what I assumed was going to be a joke character. He looks like a fucking Pokemon. He's got such a goofy design. Who the hell, like, dyes just the tips of their hair red? But then you see, like, his entire family has it. So maybe it's just genetic to have only the tips of your hair red? I don't really understand it. But Mugen Train made him such a great character in such a short span of time that when he died, I was just so messed up. And the fact that the first episode of Season 2 references him, it just puts me through all of that trauma right from the very beginning. And then we cut to the demon who killed him reporting to Muzan, who is for some reason in the body of a child. And we see that Muzan, despite one of his top lieutenants killing a Hashira, he's just not good enough, bitch, have some agony, and just rips him apart. And honestly, I feel like this is dumb and overkill because he's actively damaging one of his own men just to be an evil dickhead. From a practical perspective, it does not make sense. What is the point? I understand that he's a demon and he's not meant to be nice, but come the fuck on. Like, seriously, he still fulfilled the objective and went through all the trouble of reporting back to you just so you could torture him for a bit. Like, that's one thing I hate about, like, evil supervillains, is that you'd think that they'd be brutal because they're so practical, but they're just impractically brutal, and that's annoying. I hate that trope. It's my least favorite trope in fiction. It also makes me wonder why Muzan is in a different body. I'm just gonna assume that he can shapeshift. In this scene right here, where Tanjiro goes over to meet up with Rengoku's family, this was so hard to watch because his dad's such an asshole. Rengoku's little brother is such a soft, sensitive kid who doesn't deserve it. And honestly, this one got to me. Like the kid, the dude's body is barely cold, and this dude is just trashing him, going on this stupid spiel about how he was weak. He's such an intolerable dick, and I can't fucking stand him. And honestly, this entire scene, I was just waiting, when's Tanjiro gonna kick his ass? When's Tanjiro gonna kick his ass? Would you hurry the fuck up? Then when he finally gets to it, he ends up getting the shit kicked out of him for a hot minute before he remembers that I can fight back, and then headbutts this man into fucking oblivion. It was hilarious. And I love how Rengoku's dad, I'm not going to learn his name because I don't give a fuck about him and I hate him, but after getting his ass beat with a single headbutt, he doesn't even get pissed. He just fucking leaves and then goes off to buy more booze. Like, what a fucking loser. I find it hilarious that Tanjiro beat him so soundly. He was just like, no, don't want none of that. I'm gonna head out. I thought it was hilarious. Afterwards, they have this little scene where Tanjiro kind of talks to his little brother, and this scene doesn't really advance the story at all, but it's still a really nice scene. I really like this scene, even though it didn't move the plot forward, because it gave us closure. And I like that the show takes time to give a feel for the characters and give us closure for important moments, and take these important moments as seriously as the characters in universe actually would. It's such a nice change of pace. There's so many times where I'm watching an anime and somebody dies and they have like a few seconds of mourning, and then we're right back into the action, and it's shit. If nobody in the show cares, what was the point of that entire scene? And it all feels lackluster. So even though it didn't advance the main plot at all, this entire scene that they took several minutes to flesh out, I think really allowed the characters to shine. More anime and more shows in general should give a shit about their characters the way that Demon Slayer does. Take them seriously so that we take them seriously. And this scene was fucking hilarious. Obviously, the implication is that he looks like a demon, but it's actually just the swords maker, because Tanjiro lost his fucking sword. It was fucking hilarious. I will say, though, the scene where they're all working out, is it just me, or do their muscles look really weird and out of proportion? Maybe they're just going for a cartoony aesthetic, but I hated the artwork on these boys. They look so, like, lumpy. They don't look buff. They look lumpy. It's gross to look at. This scene that I watched, it honestly didn't make any sense, because this dude comes over and like tries to kidnap two of the girls, and it legitimately doesn't make sense for someone of as high of a military rank as he is in the Hashira to be this fucking stupid. He doesn't even make sure he's got two members of the Demon Slayer Corps. He grabs like one 12-year-old and just assumes that she's a member of the Corps. Dude, she's 12. How stupid can you be? And I hate his gimmick of, oh, it's not flashy. Shut up, dude. I hate this character. I hate him so much. He's unrealistically stupid. There's no way he would accidentally grab a child and think they're a member of your paramilitary group. He's so annoying to listen to. I hated this scene. I really did. It felt like some cheap tension building that went nowhere. As soon as I saw these girls being taken away, I knew that they weren't going to get taken away, because obviously Tanjiro and the boys are right there. It felt like such a waste of my time. And normally I wouldn't gripe so harshly about something like this, but Demon Slayer is such a good show that when it stumbles backwards into just generic anime crap, it really annoys me. I will say, though, I will never not be amused by the fact that they gave these three little girls, like, literally emojis for faces. It's so dumb. It's probably just like an animation saving technique that they stylized, but it's so cute and it's so funny. I love it so much. I love their faces. It's so fucking goofy. I like the outro a lot because they're going to the entertainment district to go hunt some demons. So the end credits give us like a little preview of what to expect, and it sets the tone. Like, obviously there's going to be a big city, flashing lights, and these three boys that were raised in the middle of nowhere are probably going to be experiencing big city life for the first time, which I think is going to be really interesting from like a character perspective. Tanjiro was a charcoal maker, farmer, producer? I don't know. Him and his family made fucking charcoal out in the boonies, and the nearby village was rural as hell. And Nosuke was like just feral. They'd never seen a train before. So I feel like seeing the boys hang out in a big city is going to be really entertaining to watch. I can't wait for the entertainment district arc to get started in proper. And I really hope that they make this guy who's obsessed with being flashy and also infuriatingly stupid. I really hope that they explore his character a little bit more. He kind of looks like he would fit right at home in the entertainment district. He's flashy, he looks rich as fuck, he's surrounded by a flashy upscale setting. Like, I think he's gonna fit right in. So I really hope they make up for how irritatingly stupid it was to accidentally grab a random child and just assume that they're a member of the Demon Corps because they're at this particular hotel. Really infuriating stuff. Another thing, a gripe I have about this particular scene is he specifically says that he needs a female member of the Demon Slayer Corps. I'm assuming female, entertainment district, probably a lot of prostitutes. There was probably going to be an undercover mission that she was meant to go on. So, number one, why didn't they just send a crow or a bird to go fetch her and give her the quest? Why did he have to come by and kidnap her? If they had just given her instructions and she's a member of the Corps, she would have just come along. It's her job. No need to kidnap her. And two, if it is an undercover mission that requires her to be female, then what the fuck are these boys gonna do? Huh? What are these, like, 14-year-old boys actually gonna do about it? They can't go undercover as prostitutes or whatever the hell he needed a specifically female Demon Corps member for. So what is the mission? Why did it need to be specifically female at first? And then he just goes, nah, fuck it. 3 14-year-old boys will do just as well as a grown woman. This episode had a lot of things that frustrated me personally, but I feel like it's building up to something that's going to be really fun to watch. So even though I have a couple of complaints about this particular episode, I feel like it is really leading up to some fun, entertaining stuff, and I just can't wait for it to continue. Also, lastly, before Muzan looked like Michael Jackson, and now he's just like a fucking 10-year-old, and I just think that's fucking hilarious. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!